In tonight's In-Depth, pampering pets both in life and death. Some 62% of U.S. homes have pets, spending a collective $45 billion last year alone. So it's no wonder families are willing to spend when their pets pass. The Night Team's David Douglas has more on this in tonight's In-Depth. David.
Well, Eric, when we bring home a pet healthy and happy, the end of their life isn't what we think about. But tonight we look into pet cremation and whether or not the industry needs some oversight.
I talk about unconditional love. There's nothing to measure it with a pet like that.
The love our best friends give us is certainly unlike any other. And when our pets die, the pain can run deep.
It's a hole in your house. It's a hole in your life.
Many choose animal cremation, but in recent years, those in the business say more pet owners are choosing to be part of the process.
I have some people that want to place their pet into the crematory, and that's okay. They're welcome to do so.
And they return home the same day with their pet's cremains, and everything's handled within a few hours for them.
Two local businesses provide the service. Robert Blosser's family has owned and operated Midwest Cremation Service in Poynette for 3 generations. They serve 5 states and can handle large animals like horses and livestock. In Middleton, Mark Meinholz began Memorial Pet Services a few years ago, operating more like a funeral home for pets.
He has the lights dimmed, and the urn is sitting here with a little poem. There's paw prints of your dog, so you can take that with you.
Tracy Gorski lost both of her dogs just 5 months apart.
The comfort that we got from the process that we went through and knowing how we handled the death of both of the girls was amazing.
Yet, unlike the cremation of human remains, pet cremation in much of the country and here in Wisconsin is unregulated and unlicensed.
With the correct zoning, anybody can open up a pet cremation facility.
According to the Journal of the American Veterinary Medical Association, in the 90s, 2 separate investigations in New York State uncovered mass graves. Animal owners thought their pets had been cremated, but were instead buried.
I want these people punished.
One case on Long Island involved more than 250,000 animals dumped in mass burial pits at a pet cemetery, instead of undergoing proper cremation. Owners had been given fake remains.
This business can be very lucrative if you do it the wrong way and you cheat your clients.
Incidents like those are what Blosser says can give his business a bad name, and why both men say they'd support regulatory controls in Wisconsin to protect their customers.
So there does need to be some sort of regulations, rules and regulations for this industry. How far do you take them? I don't know, but we are working on that.
If it helps get everybody on the same playing field, that's a good thing.
Protecting people and their pets, making sure the care animals receive never ends.
So the comfort of how we handled it, knowing we did the best for them in death, just like we did when we had them in life.
Now, both businesses had open-door policies. They let us in, showed us anything we wanted to see. We're very clean and well-kept and have excellent track records with both customers and the many veterinarians we checked with. They'll allow pet owners the same access if you'd like it.
Really interesting look inside this business here. Well, what does it cost?
Well, of course, like most things, Eric, it can really vary based on what you want. Animals can be cremated in groups where you don't receive the remains. That's a little cheaper. The costs run from about $60 up to around $300, depending if you want private or attended cremation or not, and the size of the animal. And the urns you've been looking at here, of course, there are many options for those as well. So in many ways, it's very much like having a human cremated. It's very much the same process, and not to be gruesome, but people might be wondering. It is very similar, and in fact, it's actually the exact same equipment.
Yeah, definitely not something most pet owners want to see or think about, but there's a time for it that everybody... So has anyone, proposed regulation in Wisconsin in the past?
As far as we've been able to tell, the answer to that question is no. We were able to check back to 1995 and also had some help from the Legislative Reference Bureau as well, and can find no record of proposed legislation. And Wisconsin does seem to have a really good track record. There are no real horror stories here, but insiders in other states do tell me there is a lot of fraud in this industry, so that's why we thought, it's worth taking a look at.
Boy, I've learned a lot about this tonight. Good story. David Douglas reporting tonight. David, thank you very much.